Hello, my presentation is on anthropologist Harvey Whitehouse, who I have dubbed the researcher of rituals, as that is his primary focus. Starting off with some initial biographic information, um, Harvey Whitehouse was born in London in the United Kingdom on November 2nd, 1964. Some of his academic career and qualifications: he received his bachelor's degree in social anthropology from the London School of Economics in 1985. He later completed his PhD in anthropology at the University of Cambridge in 1990. Later, he became a founding director of the Institute of Cognition and Culture and of the Center for Anthropology and Mind. While head of the School of Anthropology at Oxford, he established the Institute of Cognitive and Evolutionary Anthropology. It is important to note that his doctoral thesis became the foundation for his groundbreaking work on the modes of religiosity, investigating how different societies engage with religious beliefs and rituals. One of the things discussed within this work was a focus on distinguishing between doctrinal and imagistic modes, highlighting their varying emotional intensities and impacts on social cohesion. The doctrinal mode revolves around authoritative texts and standardized rituals, while the imagistic mode emphasizes emotionally charged, sensory rich rituals. This theory provided a framework for understanding the varied expressions of religious behavior across cultures. Whitehouse's exploration of the psychological underpinnings and motivations behind extreme acts of self sacrifice within groups was something that fascinated me. It is often shocking and disturbing to hear about such acts occurring with such frequency as they appear in the news cycle with prevalence. However, there is something supremely intriguing that acts of self sacrifice not only occur in the modern age, but also have occurred historically for hundreds of years. Dying for the Group Towards a General Theory of Extreme Self Sacrifice, which is a study made by Whitehouse, investigates various historical and contemporary examples of extreme self sacrifice, such as suicide missions, martyrdom, and acts of heroism in conflicts and social movements. Whitehouse proposes that these acts are not simply irrational or driven by individual pathology, but are deeply rooted in social and psychological mechanisms within group dynamics. Throughout the work, the study delves into the notion that individuals, under certain circumstances, are willing to make extraordinary sacrifices, including giving up their lives, for the benefit of a collective cause. The findings contribute to a broader understanding of the behavioral and psychological dynamics that drive individuals to engage in extreme acts of devotion to a group or cause. Learning about this gave me a lot to think about in regards to what kinds of things I consider myself strongly devoted to. The study made me question if I would be willing to give up my own life to contribute to the community. Some of Whitehouse's most important projects: he's been a principal investigator on several large collaborative initiatives, including the Explaining Religion Project, the Ritual Community and Conflict Project, the Ritual Modes Project as well. Through these projects and along his academic journey, Whitehouse immersed himself in the field of social anthropology, fueling his curiosity about human behavior, culture, and social structures. Getting into some of his methodologies: while engaged in his fieldwork, Whitehouse's methodological approach utilized such strategies and techniques as conducting interviews and participant observations, surveys, and network analyses intended to map social connections. Additionally, he integrates computational models to simulate and understand the emergence of extreme behaviors. Whitehouse's methodological toolkit includes a blend of qualitative immersion, quantitative measurements, and computational techniques. The impact of Whitehouse's work extends beyond academia, extending outward to broader societal implications. His research on the role of rituals in fostering social cohesion has implications for understanding group dynamics, conflict resolution, and community resilience in various contexts. By shedding light on the mechanisms through which rituals bind communities together, Whitehouse's work offers insights that transcend disciplinary boundaries and have practical implications for understanding and addressing social challenges. Additionally, Whitehouse's interdisciplinary approach, integrating insights from psychology, neuroscience, and cognitive science, has influenced the methodological landscape of anthropology. His innovations in the field of blending ethnographic studies with experimental techniques has encouraged a more holistic and multidimensional exploration of human behavior and cultural phenomena within the field. While Harvey Whitehouse's contributions to anthropology have stimulated considerable discourse and innovation, his work has also received criticism within the academic sphere. For example, one area of critique revolves around the perceived oversimplification inherent in Whitehouse's modes of religiosity theory. Critics have expressed concern that the dichotomy between doctrinal and imagistic modes might oversimplify the intricate diversity of religious practices across cultures. This criticism aims to point out the richness and complexity of religious behaviors and rituals, suggesting that Whitehouse's framework might not adequately capture the nuanced variations present within and between societies. Furthermore, some scholars argue that White House's focus on emotionally intense, high arousal rituals might overlook the significance of other forms of ritualistic social practices and fostering cohesion within communities. By placing a primary emphasis on rituals characterized by emotional intensity, there might be a risk of neglecting the importance of more mundane, day to day interactions and their contributions in social bonding, solidarity, and community identity, like going to the supermarket, for example, and sharing a cup of joe with a loved one. In summary, Whitehouse's study offers a comprehensive framework for understanding extreme self sacrifice within the context of group dynamics. It underscores the significance of identity fusion, shared rituals, charismatic leadership, and social influences in driving individuals to make profound sacrifices. By exploring the psychological mechanisms that underpin these behaviors, his studies contribute to a nuanced understanding of the complexities surrounding extreme acts of devotion to groups or causes. Ultimately, Whitehouse's formative experiences, his academic background, and his published works provide the robust foundation upon which he constructed his influential theories. His work continues to shape the study of rituals, religion, and social cohesion in diverse cultural contexts, solidifying his position as an important figure in anthropology. And here are my citations. Thank you very much for listening.